Hey there, everybody. The purpose of this video is to get you some solutions to this little quiz. Number 2, it's the one involving margins of error on a Gallup poll. So you've got some neat time series data here from 1998 up to 2014. This was released about mid to late 2014. Just want to get you through some solutions here. So what's the margin of error for the poll? Okay, so what you have to do is you have to get to the poll and find it. And generally they hide margins. Lots of percentages, right? Lots of percentages, lots of neat pictures, very nice, lots of percentages. That margin of error is going to be hidden way down here in tiny little font. Let's find it. Results for this poll are based on 1,117 adults. There it is, right there. 4 percentage points. That is the margin of error, plus or minus 4 percentage points. Okay, why do they hide it at the bottom? I wish I could tell you why they hide it at the bottom. It should be out front, but it's not. Why must we use a margin of error when discussing the results of this poll? Actually, technically speaking, it's the results of any poll, because you do not know for a fact that you captured the exact percentage of those who trust the trust level of international versus domestic problems. Like they're claiming it's 40% with the domestic, which is at a new low, and 43% in international, which is also at a record low. Well, that's ridiculous. It's not 43%. It's probably around 43%. So a margin of error is used to give you the wiggle room necessary to adjust for that we got close but didn't get it point. Okay, so the idea is you did not ask every single voting age American, therefore you are most likely close but not right. The margin of error allows for the correction to bridge the gap. All right, what do we got here? Let's continue. Okay, confidence interval, good, got you through this. This is wonderful, this is wonderful, this is wonderful. I'm hoping you guys read all this. Here I've drawn the 2 confidence intervals. This is basically, I'm not going to read all this to you because you've read it, but the idea is you can't claim that in 2014 it's 43%, where in mid-2013 it was 49. 43 is lower than 49, because it might not be lower than 49. All right. So construct the confidence interval for domestic problems. Okay, now remember, 4% margin of error. Domestic problems in mid-2013 would have been right about, let me make that right again. Mid-2013 percentage of voting Americans. All right, mid-2013. Here's 2012, here's 2014. It must be this one right here, this little 42%. So the confidence interval for mid-2013 must, of course, be at least 38%, but no more than 46%. That's by getting 4% up and down from 42. So 38 to 46%. And then I believe it said do the same thing for 2014. Yes, 2014, at least 36%, but no more than 44%. Okay? And then I think I told you, oops, I just hit the wrong button. I apologize. Hopefully it doesn't screw us up. Construct, as I did, a graphical representation of your intervals. Okay, so I'm going to show you a cool trick here, actually. What I'm going to do is I am going to copy and paste this whole thing using the snipping tool, which is a really cool little tool, which I've got a video for if you need. Copy. I'm going to open up Paint, which currently has some other confidence intervals in it. I believe this is from your exam I was just making. All right, so here, check this out. Now, remember what our intervals were back from the quiz. Mid-2013 was no less than 38, no more than 46. So what I can do is I can just grab this now that it's an editable image. No less than 38, no more than 46. And 2014, I believe, was 36 to 44. There it is right there. And then if you want, you can get in here and just delete this and replace it with domestic. Yeah, delete. Actually, I'll just do that. Type some text. This is pretty ghetto, but if you wanted to, you can make the fonts match and everything. This is just to get the point across. You have lots of editing kind of choices in Paint. All right, there we go. And there's the confidence interval. Of course, you can also do this by hand. I just chose to do it with tech because it was available. Let's see. Go back down to here. Do you agree with the headline, America's trust in handling of domestic problems also at record low? No, I don't. Why or why not? I think you get the point now. I think you get the point. Let's look back at the intervals. Because you can't prove they are lower. All you knew was in mid-2013, the percentage of those with trust in the government was somewhere between 38 and 46. The catch, you don't know where. In 2014, it's somewhere between 36 and 44. The catch, you don't know where. Think of these as fish tanks that a fish is swimming back and forth in. You know where the tank is, but you don't know where the fish is. The fish is somewhere in that tank. Currently, right, give you an example. My son has a 60-gallon fish tank at our house. Currently, assuming none of the fish have died in the time I came to work today, there is a little tiny golden ram. He's a cute little fish. I think we named him Frankie last night. He is somewhere in that tank, but I don't know where. So Frankie is kind of like the actual percentage of voting age Americans who have a great deal or fair amount of trust in the federal government. Frankie's somewhere in this tank, somewhere between 38 and 46. He might be at 45. And there's another fish in this tank, let's call him Avalon, sorry, and he might be at 37, in which case, indeed, the percentage did drop. But the same kind of thing could flip-flop the other way. Maybe in mid-2013, it was only at 39% for Frankie, and now it's at 43, in which case we have a higher percentage now. The trick is, because these intervals do overlap, we cannot make a claim about their significant differences. It gets more interesting when the intervals don't overlap. And this is a big chunk of what Math 244 is about analyzing what happens now. But they do. That's the problem. They do overlap in this case, which means the headlines are essentially unprovable, irrefutable, and therefore they're useless, to say as much as we can. So, I hope that helped get through the quiz. We'll see you in class.